Hello, good day, and welcome to my channel. Today is a Champions League day. Um, the second half of the Champions League competition, which started last week for the round of 16, and we have very exciting matches for today. We have exciting matches for today. Matches between Inter and Atletico Madrid, and we also have that of PSV and Borussia Dortmund. We're going to be talking about both uh, matches. We're going to talk about the Inter Atletico match. It will interest you to know that both teams have only met twice in the Champions League stage. They've only met twice in the Champions League stage and one win for each. That means they've met twice and Atletico has won Inter Milan once and Inter Milan has won Atletico once. So they don't have too much history between themselves. That's going to make the match very interesting because it's a Champions League match and not a league match. So the coaches are going to look for different ways to outsmart the other coach to win the game. You know, Arthur Griezmann is the top scorer for the Champions League this season, joint top scorer for the Champions League. He has been in absolute wonderful form in the Champions League this season. Even in the league, he has been doing very well. So he's going to be one of the main, or should I say, the main player to mark out for Atletico Madrid. Inter Milan has to be very, 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 very careful. They have to be very, very careful with Arthur Griezmann. That guy is banging goals on all fronts. On all fronts, he's banging goals. But the truth is, when you look at domestic form between both sides, you discover that Inter Milan is in a very good winning streak at the moment. The last 5 games, they have won all 5, even 6 games in their league, and they are topping the La Liga table with a very reasonable amount of points. And this is one of the confidence factor that Inter Milan will have against Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid has, in their last 5 games, they've managed to win they've managed to win 3 games and draw one. Also, they lost 1 game. So if you look at the domestic front, you discover that Inter Milan has more edge. However, note that they are not playing in the same league, so you cannot compare the league form with the Champions League form. It's going to be a very, very, very dicey and tricky match. Also know that in the 2 times they've met before, the away teams always wins. When Inter Milan was at home, Atletico Madrid won them 2-0 in the San Siro. And when Atletico was home, Inter won them 1-0. So the away team always wins the home team. It's going to be an epic competition. But I see a low-scoring affair. It's going to be a low-scoring affair. Both teams are going to be very conservative in their tactics and approach to help them read the game and as well help them understand how the other team plays before they can the coach decide on tactical changes to make the game better, either a win or a draw. But it's going to be a very, very tough game. Do not expect a high scoring game, and trust me, it's going to be very interesting. I bet you it's going to be very interesting. Then we look at the PSV Dortmund game. PSV and Dortmund, they are not very familiar in the Champions League. They are not familiar in the Champions League. They've not met too many times in the Champions League. But when you look at the home form for both for both teams. I mean, the domestic form for both teams. We discover that PSV has won 3 of their last 5 domestic games, and with 2 draws, they have been very consistent in their league. They have been very consistent. I think they are topping their league table as well. Then Dortmund in their last 5 games have gotten 2 home wins, 2 away draws, and 1 away loss. So they've only won 2 games out of the last 5. So you can see the statistics is um pretty alike. Is not really far apart, but it's going to be a very, very, very interesting game. You know, these sides always like to feed young players. Dortmund always like to feed young players, young and exciting, fast players, same as PSV. And it's going to be very entertaining. It's going to be very entertaining and epic. It's going to be very entertaining. I know a lot of people will not want to give more value to that game, but trust me, that game is going to be very entertaining, and I will advise you guys to watch that game. I will advise you guys to watch that game. So I think both of them, they've not really met much. I think they've met once, even in the Champions League. I'm not sure they've met at all. That's PSV and Dortmund. They've not met at all. They've not met at all, and I think it's going to be a cracker. It's going to be a cracker. So we look forth to a very exciting Champions League competition this evening. Guys, try to watch that game. That's going to be very, very exciting. And at the end of the game, we'll come back and dissect the whole game. Thank you guys for watching. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel. Like and share our videos. Do not forget to subscribe, like, and share our videos. It's very important. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy your day, and please try to watch this